So which one would say were the octaves the ones that gave you the most pain? The octaves?
Oh,
or
yes.
was it
The octaves, stuff in the development for my right hand, because the is not great on my hands. I don't get to practice it a lot. I've also found that the repeated notes in the development give a surprising amount of trouble. For my right hand.
I'm going to talk about the repeated notes tomorrow, actually not so much from the technical point of view, but from the musical point of view. But I'll show a little bit the technique that is underneath it, because we're not always aware how much composers repeat notes. You know, they'll have one voice, you know, that is completely, you know, repeating another voice that is moving. But the question, like what you say, like fast, let's do it in your music, so it's more familiar. So what should we start? Should we take a chord first and just get it comfortable? Okay. So, you know, you feel stretched?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing is we feel stretched. And we already put it in your head, stretching is going to be tension. Okay, that's one of the main reasons of tension. This thing, you know, the stretching, isolation, and all of that. Okay, so there's a big chord, you know, so how do we open, and it needs to be powerful. So the question again is, how do we get power? Where do we get power? From the fingers or from something a little bit in back of the fingers? Because the fingers have very little weight. And that's why we have to keep pushing when we do it by itself. The key doesn't have much weight. But it has, that little bit has to overcome in a way that doesn't cause tension. So, you know, your hand is a good size. You know, you can open it to an octave comfortably. Okay. But, you know, this is one way to open the hand to a chord or to an octave. And another one is to be opened passively, like that. Can you see? Somebody else, an outside agency is opening it. You don't feel tension when I do that, right? Yeah. Okay, so the way to move, it uses, you know, the muscles very minimally. And when you stretch also, the closing, as you go to the extreme range of motion, the closing muscles begin to pull back. And what we feel, that hand actually doesn't get bigger, it begins to get smaller. Because there's another set of muscles pulling it back. You know, and that's the reason for tension and for, you know, that it's limited. Now, she cannot open, this is how I test how far people can open their hands. And usually they open, and beyond that, you never stretch, because it's going to lead you to trouble, without any question. You break chords, you divide it between two hands or something, and even if you take a note out, you have to spare your hands. Because if you're true to the composer, and the composer wrote something that is undoable, you have to make sure that you don't hurt. You know, so one note will not make such a difference. So what is the outside agency? When we come with a forearm behind us, and the keyboard, they kind of open up the hand a little bit. Try to do that. First of all, you don't have any trouble open to an octave, or you feel stretched?
It feels like I can reach it just fine, but sometimes when I have this, I feel like I get...
You get a little... Okay, so can you... Your forearm seems to be free. Come down, let the forearm put down the keys. Yeah, but just play down. Right, good, without anticipating. Just let the hand be open. Yeah, go ahead. Right, and stay. Right, how's that?
It feels more free, but then this starts happening.
Okay, I want you to also make sure that the 2, 3, and 4 don't pull to the left. Now try. How's that?
It feels better. I'm less inclined to...
Okay, another thing about it, the hand is being opened like that, but the fingers play down. In other words, are you feeling this, or are you feeling this? Like it's pulling. Play the fifth finger for a moment. Right, but give it a little bit of roundness. Yeah, how's that? Actually, all the knuckles should be there.
I haven't figured out how to get this to
how to
not
get
straighten.
Right. In other words, when the finger is completely straight, talking about knuckles and fulcrum. This is the main fulcrum, but those knuckles have to be there. When the finger is straight like that, it doesn't work. Could you come and feel the forearm is coming with you? Yeah, but don't feel it's such an effort. It's just, it's gravity. Yeah, it's gravity. How's that?
It doesn't feel like it's taking much effort.
It's not taking much effort, and it shouldn't feel like much much effort. Yeah, it's like putting your foot on the ground. It's a let go that stops at a certain height. How is that? This is right. Yeah. So this will take, I mean, I work with a person until they have that, but yeah, it's just having the sensation. But really, just come down like that, like you come like that. Just that you go and you stop, without the wrist falling. Yeah, right. Go down with the key. Feel that you're putting the key down. Right. But without effort. You see, there's a whole effort of the body. The whole body is doing it. The only thing that's doing it is this. Yeah. That's it. How's that? And a little bit forward. Exactly. How's that? How's that?
That feels better.
That feels better. Putting the body a little bit forward. Okay, so when I tell someone, come down and be connected, and the body is pulling this way, it's pulling against it. That's why the body is so important. It has to be stationed in a way that it's easy to go down. Yeah. Do it again. Good.
It feels better in here.
Okay, good. And then, this is how, try fifths. Yeah. Right, but you know something? When you come up, just go down directly. Don't wait in the air. That's right. How's that? That gives you more support, right?
Yes.
If you go like that and then you go down, bring it down, it's just one motion. Do it again. Good. How's that? Try 6. Right. But without all of that, just come straight down. There you go. But without preparation in the fingers. The reason I say that the preparation in the fingers, in order not to miss, is already tension. When you prepare, you're already tense. So you're not limp, you're not dead. But nothing happens until you reach the keys. Do the 6. That's it. Yeah. That's how we get support. If you go like, it's like walking, if you go like that and then down, there's no sense of support, right? So that's what we're doing here. We stop, it's one motion. Yeah. And this is the weight. You see, weight in this methodology is not connected to heaviness. It's not heavy weight, it's not the whole weight in the body, it's not the whole weight in the forearm. It's just enough to overcome the key's weight. Key, 1 key, 2 keys, if more. And it's just the plateau is the weight. That's it, it's lightweight. Do it again. There's something heavy, it's hard to move. It's hard to play. Yeah, try it again, one motion. There you go. And try the same thing over 7. Very good. How's that? And let's try the octave, yeah. Get again a sense that it's being open and it will be a little bit higher. As you go into bigger and bigger intervals, the forearm gets a little bit higher to accommodate that distance, this spread. Yeah, try it. How's that?
It feels more natural.
It feels more natural. See, so what is natural? See, what is natural is our instinct. What is natural? We need to know what is natural. Come home back to nature. This is nature. Do it again, yeah. Do it again. Excellent.
Oh, I like that one the best.
You like this one better? Wonderful.
It didn't. I didn't like cringe.
You didn't have to cringe. Now, what would be, so for example, if I'm teaching someone, I'm doing this, I will not go further. In other words, that's what they practice. They practice this as along other things. Isn't it nice to practice solutions, that actually feel good? Right. Now, if a person comes the next week and say, it feels better, but I still get something, I'll keep looking. So that it always goes back. Now the question is, what happens? I'm a little bit afraid. I would not go to a chord. I would do something first basic, pedagogically, and then add things to it. Because too much sometimes just doesn't hold. The body has to get a sense of it, has to learn, internalize it. But what happens when we do more notes, is, I don't know if to edit now, or what, because what it means is that there's a little bit more of a give of the forearm to help put down more of the weight. If it takes X amount of weight to put one finger, that's what it is. 2, we just feel it how this helps. Plays a little bit more, but it's never a huge amount. It's always light and easy to move from. So I don't know whether to do it yet, because it may spoil already. You want to try maybe to add one more note.